This episode of Inspire AI podcast is sponsored by Exponent 21. I keep hearing the same thing from business leaders lately. We're doing the work, but leads are harder to explain. Traffic is down, attribution feels fuzzy, and the old answers don't really fit anymore. What's changed is how people search. Instead of clicking links, people are asking questions, and AI is answering them. Tools like ChatGPT, Google's AI-powered results, and Perplexity are shaping which brands get mentioned, referenced, and remembered. Exponent 21 specializes in AI SEO. They help businesses understand how to show up consistently inside those AI-generated answers across questions about their industry, their services, and their brand. What stands out to me is that when people ask AI tools, who's leading in this space? Exponent 21 and its leaders are often referenced near the top. That comes from doing the work and shaping how this new search environment actually functions. To understand what this shift means for your business, visit exponent21.com. Welcome back to Inspire AI, the podcast where we help leaders, builders, and communities stay calm, capable, and intentional as intelligence becomes ambient and leadership is quietly redefined. Today's episode is about a shift that's already happening in your organization, whether you've named it or not. It's the realization that in an AI-saturated world, evaluation is no longer a technical task. It's a leadership skill. Let me start with a scenario that will feel uncomfortably familiar. You wake up to a polished 10-page report in your inbox. Clean formatting, confident language, delivered overnight. Wow. On the surface, it looks like excellent work. But as you read, something feels off. The facts don't line up fully. The conclusions feel thin. There's a lot of confidence, but not much judgment. And you realize what happened. An AI tool did most of the work. Now, instead of saving time, you're spending hours verifying sources, correcting errors, and rewriting sections just to make the document usable. This isn't a one-off annoyance. It's become so common that there is a name for it. AI slop, aka work slop. AI-generated output that looks impressive but lacks substance. Nearly 4 in 10 employees say they've received AI-produced work in the past month that had to be redone. At scale, this costs large organizations millions each year in lost productivity. And something even harder to quantify: trust. Colleagues start to question each other's judgment. Leaders lose confidence in handoffs. Teams quietly downgrade expectations. And this is the key insight for today. When intelligence becomes ambient, evaluation becomes leadership. AI isn't removing the need for leaders. It's exposing which parts of leadership were never about having the most information in the first place. When data is abundant and analysis is instant, the leader's edge shifts to interpretation, discernment, and accountability. This episode is not about coding. It's not about tools, and yet it's about how leadership itself is changing. We're going to reframe AI evaluation as decision hygiene, risk management, and trust by design. Because that's where leadership and the work we do every day now lives. AI is no longer a standalone tool. It's ambient. What do I mean by that? Well, it's intelligent, of course. It's context-aware systems are operating in the background, to analyze, predict, and respond to our needs. It drafts your emails, suggests your charts, forecasts your sales, flags your risks, and shapes your decisions, often quietly. And that's exactly why evaluation matters. Because when AI is everywhere, the cost of unexamined output multiplies. Consider what happens when leaders over-delegate judgment. Bias gets reinforced, not questioned. Edge cases slip through. Accountability erodes as people defer to the algorithm, and customer trust takes a hit when AI-driven actions feel careless or cold. In finance, an AI flags fraud and freezes the account of a loyal customer. Oops. In healthcare, AI suggests a diagnosis that a rushed clinician fails to scrutinize. Yikes. And in marketing, AI-generated post goes live, off-brand, and tone-deaf. In every case, the AI doesn't get blamed. Guess who does? The leader, the person who put it in play. That's the reality of accountability in an AI-assisted world. Leadership today isn't about rejecting AI or blindly trusting it. It's about operating in the middle. Intelligent leverage with human oversight. Let's break down what that actually looks like. Decision hygiene is about protecting the quality of decisions before they calcify into outcomes. Think of AI as a brilliant but overconfident junior assistant. It's fast, prolific, often helpful, eager to help, really, and occasionally wrong in ways that truly matter. Good leaders don't outsource thinking to that assistant. They curate it. So what does decision hygiene look like in practice? Well, first, you treat AI output as a draft, not a verdict. If an AI gives you facts, verify them. If it gives you conclusions, pressure test them. Confidence is not correctness. Leaders who maintain decision hygiene assume responsibility for validation, not because they distrust AI, but because they respect the stakes. Next, ask better questions. What assumptions is this making? What data might be missing? Would this still hold in an edge case? Evaluation starts with curiosity, not skepticism, rather discernment. Next, we'll define what done actually means. Polished does not equal complete. Formatted does not equal insightful. Leaders must set standards for quality that AI alone cannot meet and model those standards publicly. When teams know that polished nonsense won't pass, they use AI more thoughtfully upstream. And finally, you should use AI for decision support, not decision replacement. AI can generate options. It can surface blind spots. It can even flag inconsistencies. What it cannot do is choose with accountability. Decision hygiene is the discipline of keeping that boundary clear. I've done an episode on guardrails in the past. AI risk management is everything here. Leadership is the safety net. Every powerful system needs guardrails. AI is no different. The difference is that AI scales mistakes faster than humans do. That's why AI evaluation is also risk management. Leaders now function as the safety net between AI output and real-world impact. As my last episode alluded to, human in the loop is for high-stakes decisions. If the consequences involve money, health, fairness, or reputation, AI should advise, not act alone. You don't need to build the model. You do need to understand its limitations. Leaders who understand where AI breaks are better at deciding where it belongs. AI systems deserve the same scrutiny as financial systems or compliance processes. Regular reviews, stress tests, clear override paths. It's not bureaucracy, it's resilience. You need to build a culture that can question the machine. If your team is afraid of challenging AI output, your risk profile is way too high. Questioning AI is not resistance. It's professionalism. We need to build trust by design. That multiplies your leadership capabilities. There's a paradox in play. AI only delivers value when people trust it. And people only trust it when leaders design for trust intentionally. Most organizations struggling with AI return on investment don't have a technology problem, they have a trust problem. Trust by design means transparency. Be clear about where AI is used and where humans remain accountable. Explainability. If a system can't explain its reasoning, leaders must. Understanding calibrates trust better than blind confidence ever will. You need to align the AI to your values. If AI outcomes violate your values, trust collapses instantly. Leaders must decide not just what AI can do, but what it should do. And psychological safety. People adopt AI faster when they believe it's there to augment, not quietly judge or replace them. Trust accelerates adoption, and adoption unlocks value. AI is becoming as invisible and as essential as electricity. And in that world, leadership is and never was about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the best evaluator in the room. AI can generate options. It cannot weigh meaning. It can simulate empathy. It cannot feel consequence. It can optimize efficiency. It cannot choose with accountability. Those gaps are where leadership now lives. So here's your call to action. Start seeing yourself as an evaluator in chief of AI in your domain. Every AI output is not an endpoint. It's an input. Every recommendation is an invitation to think more deeply, not less. Every automation raises the bar for judgment, not lowers it. When intelligence becomes ambient, leadership is measured by how well you question, validate, contextualize, decide, and own the outcome. AI doesn't remove responsibility, it concentrates it. And that's not a threat. It's an opportunity for leaders who are ready to rise to the moment. Until next time, stay curious, keep innovating, and lead with judgment as intelligence becomes ambient.